Welcome to this tutorial on Libby. Libby is the app that provides library patrons access to Wisconsin's digital library collection. This collection includes over 75,000 ebooks and audiobooks on numerous subjects for patrons of all ages. The Libby app can be downloaded to both computers and mobile devices. Libby and Wisconsin's digital library collection allow patrons to access library materials from anywhere, at any time, for both educational and pleasure reading purposes. As more of our reference services are done from patrons remotely, the Digital Library Collection gives reference librarians a way to serve those patrons and gives them quick and easy access to materials. This tutorial is designed to give you an introduction to the basic functions of Libby and how to use them. While Libby is an app that the patron has to download to gain access to materials, the reference librarian is often called on to answer questions that new Libby users may have. My hope in creating this tutorial is that people who may not use Libby themselves will see how simple it is and will have a level of knowledge that would allow them to answer questions for their patrons. Let's start with a search. At the upper left of our screen is our search box. Today I'm going to search for books by Michael Connelly. This search returns a number of results including 49 books and 32 audiobooks. Each of these links at the top is a live link that allows you to limit your search results. So if I was only interested in books, I could click on this and it would get rid of all of the audiobooks. To undo any limiting, it's very simple. You just click on the X, which will take us back to our full search results. You can then look at the items here and you can tell which ones have a hold because it will say there's a wait list. To tell how long it might be is a function that Libby provides that is really nice for patrons. If I'm interested in this book, it will tell me that it's approximately 23 weeks before it would be checked out to me. One thing that patrons don't understand is that just like physical books, the library only has a certain number of copies that can be checked out at one point. They buy a certain number of licenses and that's all that they're allowed to use. So although the content is digital, there is still a wait list sometimes. If the person decided that 23 weeks was okay, they could put a hold on that item. If there was an item they were interested in that they wanted to place on hold, all they have to do is hit place hold again to confirm that yes, I actually want to hold on that item. And then you can either keep browsing, which is what we'll do, or you can edit your hold. If there's an item that's currently available, you will know by the word borrow here. If I click on borrow, I can borrow that item, confirm that yes, that's what I would like to do, and it's going to put that item on my shelf. I'm going to keep browsing one more time just to show you another nice feature of Libby. If you're someone who is interested in reading books in a series in order, Libby makes it easy to do that by telling you right here on the first page what position it is in a series. To start a new search, we're going to go back to our library. One feature that I like for people who are coming in and just want to download some books but they're not sure they don't have a specific book or author in mind is Libby does provide popular collections. It's genres and subjects that people might be interested in. There's 140 of these, so it's really easy to help people find something they're interested in. Let's look at the biographies and autobiographies. One nice feature of Libby and the Wisconsin Digital Library Collection is that you can refine your results to provide only things that are currently available. So if I'm someone who is going on vacation and they want to load up my Kindle, then I can exclude unavailable titles, which is going to eliminate anything with a hold on it, anything with a waiting list. And I can instantly borrow this book, Isaac the Alchemist. Yes, I want to borrow it. And then return to the main library to start a new search. One thing that was confusing for me at first about Libby was how did I find my stuff? How did I get to my shelf? When you first log into Libby, it brings you to the library option right away, but the way to get to your materials is just to click on the shelf. Here you can see the books that I have currently checked out, one that I had previously done and then the two I just did. To open a book, it's simple. I just click open book and I can read my book from my page. To do so, I just click and I can right click, or I can click to navigate through the pages forward and backwards. To get back to my shelf, I just click towards the bottom of my screen and I can hit shelf again. Another thing that I can do is I can manage my loan. By doing that, it allows me to send this item to my Kindle if I'm interested. I click send to Kindle. Again, you always have to confirm everything you're doing in Libby. Send it to my Kindle, which takes me to my Amazon account. Over here on the right side of my screen is the link to get the library book. Then choose which Kindle you're looking for and hit continue. To return to Libby from this screen is again something that was confusing. You just hit this close button and it takes you right back to your shelf where you just were. Another aspect of this shelf is your holds. You can see what you've got on hold. It'll tell you my approximate wait list for this book, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I'm still going to wait at least 6 months for this book. You also can see your activity. This is helpful for those patrons who want to know if they've already read something. They can look in their activity and they can see all the way back to when I started really using Libby. When I went on vacation, I borrowed this book called The Hunt Club at the beginning of March. So you can see at least what you have placed on hold and at least what you have borrowed. Whether you read it or not, that's up to you. Let's return to our loans. One last thing I would like to show you, going back to the library, is Libby is constantly updating their site for relevant information. Right now, it's March, Women's History Month. Libby has created this feature where you can click on this and it's going to give you books by women and about women, and just it's relevant to what's happening now, which is nice because it's constantly uploading and changing, and you can get relevant information to what is current. Libby really makes a point of featuring collections that are highlighting what people may be looking for at that point. So thanks for checking out this tutorial on Libby and Wisconsin's digital library collection. I hope you learned something new today.